Before we begin, I want you to notice something. Two people can earn the same amount, same job, same bills, same lifestyle, and one feels calm while the other feels constantly on edge. Not because they're worse with money, not because they're irresponsible, but because their brain is living in uncertainty. And that's what most people misunderstand. Money anxiety is not always about income. It's about not knowing what happens next, not knowing what's coming, not knowing what you can handle, not knowing if one surprise will break everything. So today, we're going to break this down. Why uncertainty triggers money anxiety so intensely, why your nervous system treats unknown expenses like danger, and how to build the kind of clarity that actually feels like relief, not with hype, not with guilt, with a simple system. Welcome to Money Mindset Lab, where we treat money habits like experiments, not moral judgments. Let me ask you something. Have you ever checked your bank account and felt your stomach tighten even before you saw the number? That's not math, that's threat anticipation. Your brain is not reacting to your balance. It's reacting unto what it thinks might be hiding behind it. A bill you forgot, a charge you didn't expect, a payment coming soon, a mistake you might discover. That's uncertainty, and uncertainty is one of the most stressful states for the human brain, because the brain can plan for bad news, but it can't plan for unknown news. Bad news is painful, but it's clear. Uncertainty is painful because it's endless. So your nervous system stays awake, scanning, bracing, waiting, and that constant bracing is what people call money anxiety. Now let's make this real. Many people assume if I earned more, I would feel safe, but then they get a raise and still feel anxious. Why? Because the anxiety was never created by the income. It was created by the unpredictability. If money comes in, but you can't predict it, or expenses show up, but you can't see them coming, your brain stays alert. This is why someone earning less with stable routines can feel safer than someone earning more with chaos and surprise bills. Predictability beats abundance for the nervous system. Now let's talk about what uncertainty looks like in everyday life. It usually looks like this. You don't know exactly how much you spend on small stuff. You don't know which payments are coming and when. You don't know how much free money you have after essentials. You don't know what you would do if something breaks. So your brain fills in the gaps with fear, because when the brain lacks information, it assumes danger. That's survival design. In nature, uncertainty could mean a predator, so humans evolved to treat unknowns as threats. But today, that same wiring gets attached to money. A surprise charge feels like danger. An unknown bill feels like danger. Not having a buffer feels like danger, even if you're technically okay. Now, here's the part that matters. Money anxiety is not solved by positive thinking. It's solved by reducing uncertainty. And reducing uncertainty does not mean controlling everything. It means building a small system that answers 3 questions. What's coming in, what's going out, and what cushion exists if something changes. That's it. If your brain can answer those 3 questions, it starts to relax. So let's build that system. I call it the uncertainty kill switch. It has 3 simple pieces. 1, a money map. 2, a weekly check-in. 3, a buffer rule. Let's break them down. First, the money map. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a visibility problem. So the goal is not a perfect budget. The goal is a clear map. Here's what goes on the map. Income sources, fixed bills, minimum debt payments, subscriptions, and your true free money number. Free money is what remains after essentials, not what you hope remains, what actually remains. And once you see that number, a lot of anxiety changes, because fear lives in vagueness. Calm lives in clarity. Second, the weekly check-in, not daily, not obsessive, weekly. Pick one day, same time, every week, 10 minutes. Open your bank app, look at the balance, look at recent transactions, look at what's scheduled next, then ask one question: what do I need to know before next week? That's it. You're not judging, you're not punishing yourself, you're reducing unknowns. And every time you reduce unknowns, your nervous system trusts you more. Third, the buffer rule. This is the one that creates real safety because anxiety often comes from one fear. If something happens, I can't handle it. So the buffer rule is simple. Before you upgrade lifestyle, you upgrade your buffer. Not forever, just first. Your buffer is not luxury, it's breathing room. Even a small buffer changes everything. $200, $500, $1,000. Because when you have a buffer, surprises stop being emergencies. They become problems you can solve. And that shift is what your brain is craving. Now let's talk about a common mistake. People try to fix money anxiety by tracking every dollar. And sometimes that helps. But for many people, it backfires because intense tracking can become another form of stress. So here's the better approach. Track what reduces uncertainty the most. Not everything. Track the big patterns, fixed bills, recurring subscriptions, and your weekly small spending average, because those are the things that create surprises. Small spending is sneaky, subscriptions are invisible, and irregular expenses are unpredictable. If you tame those three, money becomes calmer. Now let's talk about uncertainty triggers, the moments your anxiety spikes. It usually spikes when you have to open your bank app, a payment is coming, you're waiting for income, you're not sure if you can afford something, you feel behind compared to others. Notice something, those moments have one thing in common, you are not sure, and the brain hates not sure. So your goal is not to be rich, your goal is to be sure. Sure enough, sure what's coming, sure what's covered, sure what your next move is if something changes. Now, let's make this practical. With a quick exercise, I want you to write down 3 numbers. Number 1, your monthly essentials. Rent, bills, minimum debt, food basics. Number 2, your monthly income. Number 3, your current buffer. Money you could use without breaking next month. Then ask yourself, which number is unclear? Because the unclear number is where your anxiety lives. So that's where you start. Not by trying to fix everything, by making one unknown known. Now here's the reframe. That changes everything. Money anxiety is not a character flaw. It's a signal that your system is too vague, too reactive, too surprise-driven. And signals can be answered with structure, with routines, with small buffers, not with shame. Now let's talk about the fastest relief move. If you feel money anxiety today, do this. Open your bank app for 2 minutes. Look at the balance. Look at what's scheduled. Pick one thing you can control this week. 1. Cancel one subscription. Move $10 into a buffer. Set one bill to auto-pay. Write down one upcoming payment, then stop. Because action reduces anxiety faster than thinking. Not big action, small action. Small action tells your brain, we are not helpless. We are not guessing. We are responding. And that's what safety feels like. Now let's close with the truth. More money can help. Of course it can. But if uncertainty stays high, anxiety stays high. So if you want money to feel better, build predictability, build visibility, build a buffer, because calm is not created by income alone. Calm is created by certainty and control. So here's your challenge. This week, choose one uncertainty and kill it. One unknown payment, one subscription you forgot, one spending category you never track. Make it visible, make it predictable, then notice. Not your balance, your breath, your shoulders, your sleep. Because when uncertainty drops, money stops feeling like a threat. If this video helped you, subscribe to Money Mindset Lab. Every week, we break down the psychology behind money and build habits that actually stick. And comment one word, clarity, because clarity is not just information, it's relief. See you in the next one.